Hi, I'm Jeff Kornberg, and on this episode of The Dragon's Tomb, I'm going to be teaching you how to play Candyland. In Candyland, the Candy Castle is being terrorized by a gigantic, ravenous, multicolored snake. Players take on the role of little children, traversing through the snake's insides and trying to rescue the partially digested candy citizens. To set up, lay out the board and have every player choose a child. These are movement cards. Have each player take the deck that matches their color child. Next, stack the extra orange and purple decks face up next to the board. Finally, place your children at the entrance to the snake's butt. Now you're ready to start playing. The object of the game is to be the first player to reach the snake's head and save King Candy. The tallest player goes first. On your turn, shuffle your stack of movement cards and drop them onto the table. After they've settled, the number of squares that are face up is the number of spaces you can move this turn. Move your child that many spots through the inside of the snake. If you land on your own color, your child gets a boost and moves one extra space. If you land on an orange or purple space, take the top card from the appropriate stack and add it to your deck. It now acts as one of your cards and counts in future movement drops. These are the candy citizens who have been partially digested by the snake. Each of their locations within the snake's body are denoted on the board by their matching symbols. If you land on one of their spaces, you rescue them and collect their corresponding card. Each citizen card has a unique special ability which can be played once per game. If you play Mr. Mint, you may wrap the curved end of his candy cane around the neck of any player up to 5 spots in front of you, and move them up to 5 spaces behind you. For Jolly, you may play his card before another player's turn. When that player drops their cards on the table, Jolly's gumdrop flips some of them over. Because of this, after counting their face-up squares, they may only move half of what is actually shown. For Lolly, you may play her card before the start of your turn. Drop your cards and move like normal. However, Lolly's lollipop gets the snake all sticky, and your face-up cards stick to its insides. After you move, collect the face-down cards, but leave the face-up ones in place. When you drop your cards on your next turn, these face-up cards will automatically count towards your movement for a second time. If you play Princess Frostine, her ice cream gives every player brain freeze, and everyone, including you, loses their next 3 turns. If you rescue Grandma Nut, things get nutty. When you play her card, pick up one half of the board, making everyone on it fall into the center. These players must start their next turn from the space closest to wherever they land. If you play the gingerbread tree, he gives the snake bad digestion and upsets its stomach. Rumble the entire board for 5 seconds. Like Grandma Nut's card, all players will now start their next turn from the space closest to wherever they land. The gingerbread tree card also activates Gloppy, who is a sugary pile of melty snake poop. If any player lands on Gloppy during the rumbling, they get stuck in his viscous feculence and lose their next turn. Additionally, there are a few more special spaces within the snake. If you land on one of the 2 rainbow trail spaces, you punch a hole through the snake's rainbow skin, exposing its entrails. Take 1 card of every color, shuffle them, and pick 1 at random. Your child may jump out of the punched hole and then back into the snake at the next space to match that color. If you land on either of the 2 gumdrop pass spaces, the snake passes a gumdrop. Starting from the space behind you, the gumdrop travels back through the snake's body, pushing anybody in its path out the snake's bowels, making them start over at the beginning. If you land on a licorice space, you lose 1 turn. The next time you're supposed to turn a corner, you must stop before the turn and end your movement there. And that's it! If you're the first person to reach the snake's multicolored head, you kill it by punching it in the brain, saving King Candy and winning the game. All in all, this game is a blast to play. Along with having some of the best strategic game mechanics I've seen in a while, it does a great job of shedding light on the serious issue of hostile human coexistence with snakes. Snakes are some of the coolest, raddest animals out there, but they always seem to get a bad rap. That's why I'm excited to announce that the Dragon's Tomb has partnered with the charity Advocates for Snake Preservation. For the next 24 hours, I'll be donating them 10% of my t-shirt sales, and they've promised to use the money to give snakes to little children, teaching peaceful coexistence from an early age and preventing a situation like Candyland from ever becoming a reality. The link to my t-shirt store is in the description below, so please, buy a shirt for the snakes.